is there to pick up your bike, attach an inflatable and go for a ride out on the waves. Whatever will they think of next?
Charlie Smith phoned me from the organiser of the Isle of Wight Max Festival, and because I won there the last 2 years, he thought I'd be sort of capable of the job, and I just thought it would be quite an adventure, quite a lot of fun. It's a nice day, get out on the sea.
With a 5-kilometre ride ahead of him, Paul reckons it'll take about 40 minutes, nearly as fast as a ferry. But with no engine, he's got to rely on pedal power.
It's actually quite hard on the water, so I should imagine, 2 hours you'd get a really good workout. I'll see you there.
With a band of supporters to cheer him on, the first in line is his mum, Christine.
He's climbed Mount Blanc and he's walked the Yorkshire Moors in the middle of January and things like that, but he's never ridden over. I don't think anyone has, have they? He was asked to do it because he won the series on the Isle of Wight for a few years and he's the champion, and I think the people in the Isle of Wight found this and decided that Paul was the one to do it. He's training actually for the Olympics, he hopes. So, this does interfere with his training a little bit, but it's a bit of fun. He's always been a bit mad, wild, so, we encouraged him into sport and he's doing very well at it, and he's got rid of all his energies.
When I pedal really fast, that wheel seems to get a bit wet and then spins.
Well, I think the worst thing is the shipping and keeping out of the shipping lanes. And also, of course, it's quite busy here, so we've got to keep a good lookout for him, to make sure that nobody rams him. We've used the currents because we've headed very much up to the west, and the tide is setting to the east. So hopefully we should, we use the tide to help us to make the shortest distance across the Solent. He's going to have the last bit's going to be quite hard for him because the tide is actually coming out of the river. So he's now going to cycle against that tide for the last, 400 yards. So it's going to be a bit of a sprint to the finish.
This is the hardest bit.
Because the tide's now coming out of the river.
HM1, Cows Harbour Radio.
Cows Harbour Radio, this is Seastar. Just to notify you that the shuttle bike, the chap that's riding across the Solent, is just entering off the squadron. Over.
Cows Harbour, Roger.
Nearing Cowes, his final destination, Paul's looking forward to getting his feet back on terra firma.
Which way are we going?
Well,
where that boat is?
Yeah, where that boat is. Either on this pontoon here, see the steps, go round the post, and in there.
Land! Good grief. Look at the steam. Yeah, it's pretty light when it's up. That's a nice shot. But it's really quite good fun. Some of the waves are quite big out there and that made it, quite exciting. Had a problem the first sort of 2 or 3 minutes pedalling. The wing nut snapped on the propellers, but managed to fix that up with a nut and a few washers and held on fine, and it went from there. Really went well. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Quite a good workout. Sort of 40-45 minutes. Quite hard pedalling, so yeah, it was good. We started off and sort of headed west because the current as we came in would be in the channel would be heading sort of east, and it was planned to sort of bring me across. But because the bike sits so high, it didn't really affect me, the current, too much. We had to head to the right slightly to avoid a big tanker that was turning in the middle, but not really any problems. The last 5 minutes were fairly hard. I had to pedal up the river into the harbour, but yeah, it was all to be expected. It was good. It really made me feel, this is really good. People are interested, and yeah, it felt good.
Well, that will be a sight if it catches on.